Wraggy's Taproom, and I'll turn my little light on because there we go. That's better. I can see now. I couldn't see before. So, well, been a long day. Not doing a review, or sort of a review. You know, I can review it, but so I've got the French brandy Imperial Stout. But we're going to call it French brandy Ukraine Stout. Good evening, Liam, mater. How are you? Looking forward to Sunday. Gotta be honest. Let's crack a beer. Start off at Bat and Fiddle, down to Trent Nav, and then go to the Magpie Brewery. Good evening, Danny. And yeah, I don't know how long we're going to be in the Magpie Brewery, and that was steaming. We all want to walk out of there. I have no idea. Good evening, Mr. Bolton. But it should be a laugh, nonetheless. And good to see some of the local brewers. So you've got Red Dog. He's going to be there because he is their head brewer. Mardy Bum are going to be there. Yeah, definitely want to go to Neon Rap to go and see our man Cafe Basic, Mr. Dave Pims, Dave Rowe, the Cafe Basic beer reviewer. So, my French brandy Imperial Stout. Gotta be honest, I think the choc fudge brownie was the king. Reason being is that's an actual essence rather than added spirit. I didn't realise last night, can't remember drinking it, but I necked a whole flipping litre of caramel vodka Imperial Stout last night. No wonder I felt it this morning. I got open, my guts were killing me. Yeah, now I know why. So, Bang the Elephant takeover at Cockaroo this weekend on Saturday. Can't go, it's too early notice, and the wife's she's up to her eyeballs in cakes, doing cakes now. So I've come home after 11.5 hour shift and I'm cooking dinner. But that's what it is, you know, in life. We're both doing our bit to save up for the wedding vow renewal next year. So extra hours, longer hours, all to I'll put a bit of money in the kitty, as it was. Love the taste of that. I mean, love brewing's Imperial Stout's amazing. Sound a bit muffled. Good evening, Jackman. Right, let me just give it a blow. Do apologise. Here, let me take it out. Let me just give it a blow. Hopefully that's better. You thought the sound was F2. Any better? You know when it's in my bloody pocket, dust particles and shit getting basically. Hopefully that's a bit better. Beer all over the kitchen floor. Yeah. I've done that before. Yeah. I always remember that time I did 3 brews at the same time. Come down to the shed and still bad. Oh, bollocks. Any better? I might swap to my son's phone at some stage. A bit of blow and a run. A run. All SARS apps go with Canadian Wilco's kits. Ooh. Mr. Bolton Wonderful would know better than me on that question. Yeah. I mean, it's with these kits, you know, it's all about trying, isn't it? And got something in the bloody pocket. It's all about trying and seeing what works and what doesn't. You know, with any kit, playing around with the kit with the hops. There you go. It's always good to have somebody in the chat who knows his stuff. Yeah, I don't know shit. I know a little bit, but yeah, for what you can get out of that little bit. Nice summer beer with a lovely taste. So you don't want it too strong in ABV then either. You want something that's sessionable. So many hops these days. £8 for a 20-minute train ride to Nottingham. If I get a train to Beercon, the Derby Beer Festival, I'm better off getting it as early as possible, aren't I? Nearly down to this, I've got to get a bus into town to get a bloody train out of town to Derby. And yeah, and then get some disinfectants on the way back. But, birthday tomorrow. Oh, happy birthday for tomorrow, mate. Hope you have a good one. Tell you what, if you come across a great 21 again, hey, don't we wish, eh? Don't we wish? Jesus. Tell you what, good evening, David. If I was 15, if I could go back to being a 15-year-old, good evening, Thomas, with what I know now, Jesus Christ, I'd be getting into trouble. And let's not go down that road. Yeah. But then again, life's about learning, isn't it? We all learn stuff in life. Sometimes not for the better. So yeah, happy birthday for tomorrow. What's on the agenda for the birthday then? Obviously, beer's early, which I can't fault you there. You've got to, you've got to get a beer early, and we're actually supposed to be going away to Fort Park for my birthday. So we're down the week before, we're at Nottingham Craft Beer Festival, and on my birthday we're going to be at Fort Park, taking my son down. He's never been, so that'll be good. And but the beer's crap down there, so I'll be taking some beers with me or trying to find a bottle shop that's nearby. Although I hate driving around that ring road of London. The M25 is an absolute shit road. Everyone's passing you on the inside lane, and it's like, what's this about then? And they're all going down these other roads, but I know what people do. They go on the inside lane, and then they indicate back into the M25. Need to put the Robin Hood Beer Festival. Yeah, Robin Hood Beer Festival is about the 12th, isn't it? I'm sure either the weekend after or the weekend before. We're going to Filey the weekend after, I think. Got all the verdant beers on it. Hey. Need to find a beer festival in Wales. I bet there's some. I try and message people like Kevin who comes on this channel, and Dave Fell, Kevin Parton and Dave Fell. Both of them are Welsh, and yeah, they probably know more. Dave certainly would. He's big on beer fest. But hey, I need to get some more taproom takeovers, but they're always in the week. Can't go to pubs in the week. Can't afford it for one. Yeah, I need to book the craft beer festival off on the Friday. Yeah, mate. No one knows how to drive these days. There's just shit drivers. It's not that you're watching your own driving. You have to watch for everybody else's driving. And you have to watch in the mirror just to see, oh, what's this idiot doing? And you can see them getting close, and and then you see somebody doing something stupid, and then they're slamming the brakes on, and it's like, oh my God, get me away from him. Good evening. Yeah. Tell you what, there's a lot of speedsters on that A617 going past my workplace. Bloody hell. And there's a dickhead at 8:30 every morning on a motorbike who just cranks his motorbike up to about 80 mile an hour. And all of a sudden it's like, and it's like, you twat. And I'm doing something, and then all of a sudden it's like, what's that? driving over in the morning this time. Are you stopping at the same place, Dagman? Because what me and Liam are thinking of doing is hitting town early and doing a few bits of tap rooms first. Like going to, well, you've got Brewdog, haven't you, down there? Brewdog's not tap room, but Brewdog bar. But you've also got there's some good pubs that you didn't get to last time. And I'm going to make a day of it. Start off early and go as you mean to go on. Get some nice breakfast down there. And yeah, and the wife's coming down this year, so she's going to be down there from 5 o'clock or 5 or 6 o'clock. She's going to be down, her and her mate. But I want to get there early, and I'm praying that I can get into the beer fest early and do some chatting to the breweries, including the breweries I've not seen before. And I want to expose them, not in a dirty way either, but some nice wheat by Ballykill Calvin. But yeah, I want to do videos of each of the breweries, bars, and that, so people can see what it's like at a beer fest. For those who don't get to beer festivals, or those who are a bit frightened of going to beer festivals, because for some people it's a bit daunting going to a beer fest, especially for the first time. Once you've been, you know what you're to expect. I mean, Nottingham Craft Beer Festival last year was just amazing. I had so many people coming up to me that I didn't know, and Wraggy, and it's like, and yeah, ever so strange, getting people coming up and knowing your name. And head brewer from Castle Rock, never met him before. A lot of people I hadn't met before. So, but yeah, it's good. And definitely not stopping at 11 o'clock either. Go around the corners of the Fox and Grapes, and that's where all the brewers go afterwards as well. Can't remember the train ride home. That's a killer, isn't it? It's when you can't remember, but you get home safe and sound. That's the best thing. Castle Rock gave you a couple of free beers last year. Did they? Good evening, Benjamin. All right, I didn't get out off Castle Rock, miserable bleeders. £40 in gas for 5 days. That's fucking ridiculous, that, isn't it? We're not putting our gas on at the moment, to be honest. Just a gas in your hand. I don't know how because me and you had about the same, Liam. And I lasted right up till about 12 o'clock at night. God knows how. I can't even remember the last few hours. I was doing pissed up beer reviews. And I can't even remember some of the beer reviews. I can remember certain things, but I can't remember all of it. And yeah, it's yeah, it was funny. Always the best way, mate. Always the best way. Compliment, because you compliment, and even if it's shit, you compliment, and there's always a chance they may say to you, "Have some of this, mate." And people love compliments, don't they? We all do, don't they? In any state of life, if someone compliments what you do, it's putting you in a good mood, and then you're like, "Yeah, mate, what do you reckon to that?" "Oh, yeah, well, that's fucking lovely, that is. Yeah, well, try that one as well." And it's like, yeah, catching. You only have the breakfast all day. Yeah, I had the breakfast, yeah. And then later on, we had some Indian food or something. God knows what it was. I think it was a chicken wrap. Yeah. Well, I don't really eat Indian stuff anyway. I don't do spicy. Bad enough in beers. But yeah, looking forward to Nottingham Craft Beer Festival. Have you ever been to the Craft Beer Festival, Liam? Out of curiosity. So it was 11.5%. Yeah, me and you were the same that night, Jack, man. I was just a little bit behind you. We were both steaming. Craig, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Craig, Obi-Wan Beer Festival, he was still blooming sober. And in fact, the next night, we were both pretty much the same. The next night, but I had to bottle and go home because me and the wife had given me a bit of a balking. First ever beer festival, Robin Hood. Right, yeah, that's interesting. That Robin Hood was probably my ninth Robin Hood Beer Festival. So yeah, I've been to quite a few of them. I even went to one when it was at the Victoria Centre Baths. Went at the castle, 3 or 4 years at the castle. Went to Motor Point, and obviously first year at the cricket ground. It's going to be at the cricket ground this year. It's going to be bigger. Fish beer review was funny. Hey, I tell you what, wait till this Sunday. Because this Sunday, there's going to be a day of pissed up beer reviews. Well, it might start off rather, it'll start off rather decent, and then we're going to get more pissed as the day goes on. And I'll make sure they're all on lager drinkers. You see, lager, you can be a lager drinker, but then you try, you put a foot into golden ales, pale ales, and that, and then you go in. And I was a lager drinker, but I liked a bitter. I like Mansfield bitter, although it's shit nowadays. And you're taking a couple of cans on the train Sunday. Hey. I'm going to the Vat and Fiddle before you get there. I'm getting there for 12. Yeah. If I have to catch the bus into town, and although the wife says she's going to give me a lift, she shows me a lift. Last night I did give her a lift. Some of the new houses are good now. And yeah, so I'm going to start at 12 o'clock down the Vat. Although the Vat, I said to them, have you got on sale the new Castle Rock beer, the Wildlife Trust one, and the definitely, mate, we'll have to get that sorted beforehand, definitely. And the Wildcard Brewing said, oh no, we haven't got them in. And I thought, how have you not got them in? The Vat and Fiddle is Castle Rock's brewery's tap bar. And it's actually joined onto the brewery. So how have they not got their own beers in their own fridge for you to buy? It just beggars belief. Unless I can get it on cask when I go down on Sunday, and I can do a beer review on cask and in a quiet pub when there's no one there. Actually. What time the pub's open on a Sunday? I don't normally go on a Sunday to a pub. But I hardly ever go to pubs, to be honest. I'm always bloody working. But tonight, I was working till 7:15 tonight. Or did I get home at 7:15? No, I got home at 7:15. I was working till 6:25. Actually, bloody good to get home in 25 minutes. Yeah, I was behind someone who was fast. Yeah, better than the 40-mile-an-hour job is. Yeah, ice cream pot. No, I didn't, mate. Bloody hell! Do you know something? I've got a mind like a sieve. I really have. I'm absolutely shocking with memory. I don't know if it's an age thing or a beer thing. I can remember bad things, but interesting things, I struggle. Why? I have no idea. Hoppers, Brewery. It'll come to me at one stage when I'm not realising it, it's come to me. Good evening, Mr. Hophouse. How are we? And God knows what's going on there, isn't it? I can't see any more chat. Open at 12 on a Sunday. Hey! I want to be there for 12. Going first doors, or early doors. Apparently, there's an Emperor's Brewery collab on there. Although I don't know if I'm going to hit 12% at that time of the day. I'll have to make sure I have a good breakfast beforehand. I have no idea what the Magpie thing is, whether it's a party or what. I know a couple of people that are going to be there. I need to message people, find out who actually is going to be there. Good evening, Mr. Bramall. How are we, matey? And I'm going to stop on for a bit longer tonight. The wife's cooking anyway, caking. So she won't mind me being down the beer shed a bit longer. And to be honest, I've had a long enough day at work. I deserve a bit of time. And you'll leave, mate. Oh, fair play, fair play. It's funny, you know, I'm in a job now where I don't really care about taking days off. Never had it in my life. You're catching an earlier train. Is Shane coming as well? Because if you're in town early, I'll meet up with you earlier and we'll have a walk about. I don't mind that. I'm good for that. Yeah, because then we can get to the Battlefield for 12. Yeah, I'll just catch a bus into town early. My son's at home anyway, so I'll have a breakfast at home, then come into town and snag a breakfast somewhere. So, Thomas, I'm actually drinking one of my Wraggy Avenue beers. It's a French brandy imperial stout, but we're calling it a Ukraine stout because I don't agree with that country anymore. Oh, so you're both coming in at 10? Oh, I'll meet you at 10 then, mate. Thanks for telling me. I'll get down early. Salt Beer Factory, the Hop Simcoe. Yeah, a lot of breweries are coming out with these single hops. They are interesting, but I suppose when you've had one that's a Simcoe, you basically had, you know, not every brewer, unless the malt's different, they're all going to be similar beers, aren't they? Obviously, the yeast matters as well, and I'm sure Bramall and Bolton will know this more than what I do. Um, the yeast matters, malt matters, but certainly the hops. And even in a single malt, single hop beer, yeast also matters. Lincoln Green did it. Ah. Oh, you come in at 12, right? Fair play. Yeah, 10 would be a bit early. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll be up early anyway. I can't sleep in at the best of times. I'm up at ridiculous hours. Yeah. It's like this. I don't know what it is about going for a piss at 4 o'clock in the morning. I've got this knack of going for a piss at 4 o'clock. Although this morning it was five. It must have been about 5:25 because no dye, no, no. It'll have different flavours. But I don't think anyway. I mean, Bramall and Bolton will know a lot more than what I do. Simcoe in his every bit. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping for my birthday, my wife gets me this Pico boil in the bag jobber. And then I can start doing some grain brewing. And there's some grain kits, Nottingham breweries, grain kits that I'm going to brew and see if I can do them. What's this? Apologies, bloody. And this weekend, oh, oh, the phone's playing up. I tell you what, the minute I get my longer Ethernet cable, they offer it up at 5:30. Yeah, that's a standard day. Standard day for me. Blue cheese aroma. I know you do get some strange aromas on beers. That is a great saying, Bramall. Lincoln Green did the same beer, but they used Nottingham yeast in one, London yeast in the other. Both beers absolutely different. They were nothing like each other's. It's staggering that the yeast actually changed both beers. And they were really nice beers, to be fair. Left Lion, Right Lion. It was in last year in the Lincoln Green pubs, and stunning. As talking about Lincoln Green, for those who follow Lincoln Green Brewery, they're getting their own bottling plant. That's coming anytime in the next 2 months. They'll be bottling their own beers from now on, which will save them a lot of money in the long run. They're going to bottle seasonals. There's always a chance that Wraggy's Golden might come back in. They may well do specials, which is great because I'm hoping to get another Wraggy's beer out there. That would be fantastic. Commercial beer, at least. But they've also said from our workplace that they may even do a beer and so do like Tuck, which is a porter that they do, but put a different label on, like Cockliff Porter. That'd be bloody amazing from our workplace. And it's these are things that you can do when not easy is pretty neutral. Yeah, I see. I'll have a look on Instagram tomorrow, mate. Here we go. I've just nearly caught up. 8:50 for a 9 a.m. start, bastard. I have to go for R5. The flavours we get is strange. Hop house. And it's all down to us. It's all down to yourself. Um, Obviously, what you've ate before, all that comes into play. What the air you breathed in comes into play. I mean, if you work in a cesspit sort of thing environment, sewage environment all day, you're breathing in shite or the smell of shite all day, and trust me, that goes home with you, and you're still breathing it in later. It's all in your nostrils and your nose. Yeah. I mean, I used to look after birds at the Arboretum, and I could still smell them when I got home. Yeah, dirty bloody birds purring everywhere. But obviously taste as well. And for me, it's not just about the liquid; it's about what's in the air, is what you taste. Do you have blue cheese in your ass? Out of curiosity. And it's like that. It's a French brandy imperial stout, but you get taste of leather, tobacco, and that's actually what's in the beer. Balmy. It's balmy what you get in beer. So I killed the bloody comments again. I do apologise. Stupid. Good evening, Mr. Rampant Line. Where did you come from? Ah, there you go. Bloody good evening. And I did catch you live with some fellow the other night, but I couldn't stay on long for reasons. Nottingham East. Oh, that's interesting about Nottingham East then. Right, here we go. Why the bloody hell don't these comments show up properly? Doesn't matter. Voting. Isn't homebrew lager supposed to be cooler? Yeah, price of petrol and that. I mean, you hope soon it's going to go down. As soon as the Europe changed to, you know, we're all going to have to get into bed with Saudi Arabia and Iran. Because if you want to come away from Russia, you've got to go to other sources. You've got to go to North Africa for gas and oil and that from Saudi Arabia and Iran, basically, and Iraq even, and Kuwait. But better to do that way than some nutter who's going to try and kill off the world. Although he's had his arse handed to him. But his troops, wankers, for what they did in Ukraine, I've seen some of the images on TV. Awful, awful. And I've killed the comments again. There you go. It's a French brandy imperial stout, but I've called it a Ukraine stout because uh, you know up them. Stilton with a nice. Oh god, I could just eat some Stilton now. To be honest, yeah, Stilton Estate. Whoa, watching on the train to Berlin. There's always somebody who gets you into beer. Funnily enough, the bloke who got me into beer, into real ales, not really pals with him anymore, sadly. And he met this blonde girl, and yeah, he changed. But yeah, it's there's always that one person who gets you into beer, and he was the one who got me into real ales. So Good thing, really, because I'd have still been on blooming lagers. I think the world's got to change, Jim, Mr. Rampant Line. Um, there's lesser evils in the world, and Putin, until Putin goes and we get somebody better, like Navalny, until Putin's assassinated, shall we say, or goes, we need somebody. We need countries that are lesser evils, or you do it yourselves. You know, you need to become less reliant. I've said this for a while. We need, as a world, to become less reliant on outside countries. Then, if one country goes rogue, as what's happened, you're less reliant. You know, and what I can't understand is we don't get. We get very little from Russia. We get most gas from North Sea. Why the bloody hell are we paying silly prices? The world's prices shouldn't have nothing to do with what we're paying in this country. You know, I can't understand it. Obviously, there's reasons why I know, but it pisses me off nonetheless. I'd rather walk, mate. Fuck 'em. Sulphur smells. I got sulphur with lager. Yeah, stuck my shed out. Do apologise. This, I'm, I'm, I'm just waiting for some pennies to come off the internet. Then I'm going to buy a longer Ethernet cable and start using the Chromebook again. And I can see the comments on the Chromebook brilliantly. We do. We do. Solar panels, you know, we've got enough land in the UK for solar panels. We've got enough sea around us for wind turbines, nuclear energy, and there's other energies. Fusion. There was talk of not that I'm 100% on the subject, of a fusion nuclear fusion. I'm not sure. Power station in Nottinghamshire, a world first. Um, I'm not 100% sure. It's beyond me, that is. But, you know, we have got to come away from our reliance on other countries. We can't be dictated to by rogue countries, you know, because if they start, we can say, well, fuck you. And we don't need you anyway. It's got to be the way. Russia, Germany have certainly got to sort themselves out. Um, I mean, you've got to put your hats off to Ukraine. I didn't think they'd last this long, but with the technology coming from all around the world, flooding into their country, they're doing well. You know they are. Um, but I dare say we're a long way from any conclusion. Sadly, sadly. Back to coal. Mate, fix your fence today. Paid him a beer. Left for 7. Fair play. Yeah, I'd be up for that. So there we go. Right, cut back up a little bit anyway. Log burner. I'm thinking of getting a log burner, you know, because I can get wood pretty bloody easy. One, I've got a woodland at Kelham, and two, I've got tree people all over near me. Fusion's still a while away, right? Yeah. We do need to sort the world out. You know, not only for climate change, but for other reasons as well. You've got that balancing act, haven't you, about climate control, and then obviously idiots in charge of countries. And the problem is that in some ways the lesser evil is climate. You know, is not looking after the climate, because if one idiot can threaten the world with nuclear war, then you know, you just pray that tornadoes hit that country. Yeah, certainly in one particular place. Yeah. It's a funny old world, isn't it? You never thought, you didn't see this coming, did you? You know, begs the question. Biden. We want. Good evening, Mr. Shark. How are you, mate? Um, yeah, Thomas. It's disgusting, isn't it, mate? Whatever happens over there, um, the billions that are going to have to be spent, trillions, just to rebuild that country. Mad world, mad world. You know, I'm trying to save up for a wedding with vow renewals next year, and then you look at the news and it's like shit. Um, my music's playing in my back pocket. I can hear Lord of the Rings all of a sudden. That's what I listen to at work. Lord of the Rings or Disney's greatest hits. Yeah, it's like yeah. Disney's greatest love songs. I had one song on the other day for 30 minutes, and it was a really sad song. And by the end of the 30 minutes, let me turn that off because otherwise I'll get a bloody Google. There we go. Yeah, at the end of the 30 minutes, I'm not fucking depressed because it was a really depressing song, and it's like it's dragging me down. I'm feeling really ill listening to these songs. It's funny, isn't it? How your mood can change with songs, and oh dear, it's no good if you're not feeling very good about yourself listening to sad songs. What is up with the comments tonight? I can't get them to stop on. I think you're right, Benjamin. Biden's a nice bloke, but Trump, you reckon, Thomas? Trump would have given the UK into Russia? I suppose so. You never know, do you? 350 billion. Fucking hell. Yeah, they need Russia needs to get rid of Putin. Surely, you know, in any country where there's a dictator, surely there's somebody near to him that thinks, right, I'm not having this, you know, and just pops him off. Got to be the way, hasn't it? You know, the KGB, they don't mess about. I mean, if they wanted to, they could get rid. Yeah, so let's get back on beer. So, yeah, at Sunday, going to a party. Been invited to a party at Magpie Brewery, so a local brewery that does traditional beers with a touch of craft. And they've now got a craft brewer and a couple of lads who are home brewers, grain brewers, who have bought into the brewery. They set their own brewery up called Mardy Bum Brewing Company, and they are now bought into the brewery. So very exciting times. It's always interesting when modern thinking brewers come into a brewery. Obviously, they've got to brew the stuff that's already there, but then they can move forward with craft beers as well. And I'm really looking forward to what they do. The two lads who are bought into it, who me and Liam are going to see. I've met them before. You know, I've drank their beers, fucking lovely beers. Um, really interested to see what direction they're going to push into and try and might try and get some stuff for the channel on Sunday if I'm not too steaming. This is the problem, isn't it? You drink beer, you get drunk, and then you come out with other stuff. Yeah, Magpie could go massive. Ah, good to hear, Di. Yeah. See you later, Jim. How's the homebrew coming on? I need to go upstairs, matey, and go and have a look at it, to be honest. I looked for a few days. I'm hoping it's all right, to be honest. I need to, on the homebrew side of things, Sheffield is piss poor for local, is it, mate? Um, on the the two brews upstairs, I've got the chili chocolate imperial chili chocolate stout. The chili was wow. I'm just hoping it's not too strong. I'm thinking I might take the chili out, get the sieve and just take the chili out and let it finish fermenting and secondary fermenting without the chili in, because I don't want it to burn my bloody mouth out. As for the barley wine, I took strawberries in the end. I was going to do cherries, but I seen some frozen strawberries, and Bolton Wonderer said to me that freeze freeze your fruit beforehand, and then with these being frozen, I thought, well, I'll just chuck them in. So I did, and and in a right, take the chili out. Yeah, I might do that tomorrow night then, mate. Yeah, so I'm home early tomorrow night. I don't want it getting too fiery because I'm not really a chili lover, but I do love the flavour. The heat is nice. Um, pretty, yeah, I got mine from Iceland. Yeah, because obviously it's all clean. It's already the bits are done for you. And the bacteria, I presume, has already been took out of the equation. I presume. I know that you're supposed to use Camden tablets. I've read years ago. I don't really do fruit brewing, but yeah, chuck the strawberries in. So an imperial Kentucky strawberry English barley wine. Yeah, put that in your stout and eat it. Yeah, it's going to kick some things off. My arse. Yeah. Uh, oh, for God's sake, these bloody comments just die on me. Tiny Rebel 505. Tiny Rebel, yeah, they're nice. Yeah, I'm not a grain brewer. I'm still basically a bloody basic home brewer who brews different bits and bobs. But I like to play. It's all about playing with kits, isn't it? And we're lucky in the UK. There's some really nice. This Imperial Stout kit. I mean, I've added French brandy to it, and it tastes divine as well. But um, the kits, if you're a home brewer and you can't afford the gear to go grain brewing, playing around with the kits is your only way of doing it. And it's interesting what you can do and what you can change. If you've got a certain spirit that you like, chuck it in it at bottling stage and make it into, an imperial stout with that in. What's that? Chicken and rice, nice. Oh, bless you. May need a beer. Fair play there, mate. Fair play. 43 minutes in. There we go. I did see your thing on yesterday. See you later, matey. Have a good one, mate. We'll see you Sunday. Should be a cracking day. Should be a good laugh as well. And looking forward to many more laughs. I need to get my arse back up to certainly Nashville as well to buy a firework at some stage. So yeah, the Imperial Plum Porter. I seen you reading on it last night. It looks the part. 100 mils and you can feel it. Phew. You can't fault that, can you? You can't fault something that you get a good kick off. Um, beer's all about flavour, isn't it? What you get off it, not just about getting drunk. It's never just about getting drunk because that's just alcoholism. It's about flavour. The flavour I get off this, I get the French brandy aspect. I get the original imperial stout aspect, tobacco, like a leather flavour coming through, which is weird, and chocolate coffee elements, and to say it's homebrew, I mean it is bloody lovely. I dare say it don't stand up to commercial, but oof. No, it's shed temperature. So yeah, at room temperature, this would be something different. That might be a thing I need to do. Rebrew and then do a load at room temperature for the summer months. Because at room temperature, I mean, this is chilled and it's amazing. At room temperature, we're talking something different. I mean, I've had a lot of stouts at both chilled and room, and at room temperature, the complexities burst through. I might do that this weekend, but I'm not going out Saturday, so I'm having a quiet Saturday at home. I'm not no gardening either. Ooh, that does sound amazing, mate. That does. Tell you what, playing around with kits, die. Um, it's the thing, you might not win. You won't win on every kit. Although, to be fair, I've only ever poured one kit away. Uh, God knows what happened. I did an Irish stout and drank it, and it was disgusting. And I knew straight away that something had gone wrong in the fermentation. Um, and I try and sterilise as good as you can. So God knows what went off. And only one kit in 90 odd kits that I've done, if not more, over the years. So you're starting to like stouts so close. I'll tell you what, mate. I had put the stout back a minute. I had a stout last year. So it was from Fire Rock Brewing, which is about 10 miles away from me, in Lee and Rusco's part of the world, to be fair. And it was a rum and raisins imperial stout. I had it cold. Bloody hell, the rum and raisin. It was like a rum and raisin ice cream. I don't know if you get carte d'or where you live, but in this country we get carte d'or. And the rum and raisin tasted like that. And it was just absolutely off the charts. The second bottle I had it at Christmas. I reviewed it up in the house because it was warm. I got totally different complexities. The taste, it didn't taste like carte d'or. Still got the rum and raisin aspect, but it didn't taste the same. And it's amazing the difference, what temperature, of all the variables out there, you know, mood, air, whatever, the temperature difference made such a difference. Yeah, and it does. And oh, yeah, I need to review some of these at the house. Yeah, that's if I don't neck them all first, but it is what it is, isn't it? You know, that's why I'm trying not to do any small brews anymore because I just no hops at all in the beer. Braybook Hell's Lager. I had Braybook. Sure, I had that at Nottingham's Craft Beer Festival. Their lager. It was nice as well. It's amazing how beers change, isn't it? And sometimes, sometimes your mood can make a beer taste different. Is it possible to make a homebrew shandy? Yeah, I would have thought so, to be honest. I would have thought so. Good evening, Kevin. And yeah. Oh. So I'll knock off in about 5 minutes before I get a bollocking. Do you know the Wildebeer? Being honest, I absolutely just had lemonade. I suppose that's the easiest way, isn't it? the world of beer reviews on YouTube is, over these last 4 years, that I've been nearly 4 years already that I've been doing it. And in a year and a half, totally off the grid. Not many knew I was doing beer reviews for the first year and a half. Although Dean's beer reviews spotted me pretty much near enough straight away. He was bloody quick. And I was well too frightened to do any lives at that stage of the game. But what a journey. When I see all the beer reviewers out there these days, it's an amazing world, not just for beer reviewers, but the whole community. So everyone who interacts, people who join in on lives, like Craig, who lets people who don't do beer reviews join in. And, our community is bloody amazing. Such great people, knowledgeable people. A lot of people much more knowledgeable than I am. And I hold my hand up, I only know so much and bits I've learned. And it's great, isn't it? Good evening, Barry. How are we, matey? It has been a long time. And yes, mate, we need to do a live one day. I keep saying it, and I know I'm so bloody busy at the moment. I'm trying to save up for next year for a wedding. I'm doing a wedding vow renewal next year. And I'm also doing the Wraggys Beer Festival thing. And you damn well know that I'm going to send invites out to the beer community and try and get a load of beer reviewers up to Nottingham. Will it happen? Will they come? Obviously, everyone's got their own issues in life and work and that. But could you imagine a mass beer reviewers all together in Nottingham? That would be funny. Yeah, if people can make it, obviously. But yeah, it'd be funny, wouldn't it? Hey, all of us meeting up for a laugh. And yeah, good 25 beers on at the Wraggy Beer Festival. Yeah, all steaming on in whatever beers there are. And well, not just beer reviewers, beer community as well. Because there's more than just beer reviewers. That's what makes this community so amazing, And I do love it. I mean, it's a pity that the people that have got the mega amounts of people. It's a pity that the people who've got the mega amounts of followers don't share the love. It's all about sharing the love. Because what happens is people see certain beer reviewers and they'll come on and then they'll just drop off and go away where they could explore somebody else. Good evening. And it's been a while since I've done a longer beer thing. I will do. I'm coming up to 4 years doing beer reviews soon. $9.99 in Baileys. Obviously, Easter's coming up, so they're going to be promoting Easter. Supermarkets aren't daft. They are the best. They are the best at being ready for different seasons going forward. Yeah, so I need to work out numbers soon, but July the 14th next year, keep it available. Because you and the missus up in Nottingham, and I'm going to invite people from the beer community because, to be honest, I've got a few friends that I meet, but most of my friends are either YouTube friends, as in beer community friends, or beer reviewers. Just how the world changes, isn't it? I go to work, like today, I did 11 and a half hours, well, 11 and 3/4 hours, if actually. I did 11 and 3/4 hours at work, come home, and so I don't really, what I see is very different. You'll get an invite, Benjamin. Yeah. Offer ends 10th of the 4th. And yeah, you're the missus. And I want a mass meetup. Obviously, you'd have to get a hotel in Nottingham. I do know a good hotel that's not too far away by taxi. There's probably hotel places at where I work, and which is an amazing venue, by the way. Yeah, the gardens are fucking amazing. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's probably one of the best in the country. some fucking great beers will be on at the do, because you damn well know that I'm going to tap up all the local breweries. And I've already started, I've already started churning the cogs. So I'm already saying to certain breweries, get your beers into keg. And I'm already thinking that I want about 20 to 25 kegs, mini kegs that is. So 25 9 pints. So a good 180 pints. Is it 180? A bit more, isn't it? But there may be more than that, because if I can afford more, I'll just do more. Doesn't bother me. And I'm going to try and invite local breweries and go for a proper shindig, because that's my hobby. My hobby is beer reviews, gardening. Although on the gardening side of things, I don't really do that with anybody else, so that's all right. It's just me. But on the beer reviews, with COVID, with the last 2 years, the community, most of the community are so flipping solid and intertwining. It's amazing. And there's so many. Could you imagine all the good people meeting together all in one place? Flipping heck. It'd be a stunner, wouldn't it? All meeting in Nottingham at a place that basically saved my life. Positivity. Wow. And good beer as well, because there'd be some amazing beers. And then obviously, could you imagine live beer reviews at the beer fest? Oh, flipping heck. Gotta happen. Gotta happen. I'm going to do it. I'm working silly hours now to pay for it, so I'm going to do it nonetheless. Oh, thank you, Mr. Bolton. And, the people that can get down and, if they can get down with their wives or partners, war. What about the rest of us? I don't drink that much. It's a wedding night, can't be drinking too much. There's responsibilities. Wait till I start singing. Oh yeah. I'm practicing my singing every day. Yeah. It'll still be shit. But yeah, it'll be a laugh. And good personalities together. Could you imagine everyone together? Flipping heck. What a fest. What a meet up. I actually do a bit of dancing, to be fair. Yeah. I'm good at nightclubs. Yeah. So one of the reasons for this wedding vow renewal, because we've been married this year 24 years. We've been together 31 years this year. So next year, is 25 years married, and that's the reason for our wedding vows renewal. And my wife, she got no say in the wedding last time. This time, she gets the ultimate say. She gets how the dress, the venue, everything's done to her thing. The only thing I want is for the evening guests. So from say 5 or 6 o'clock onwards, a Wraggy beer festival. Not a bottle off. A Wraggy beer festival. And obviously, with the YouTube, how YouTube's grown, YouTube did so much. And YouTube did so much for me. Coming out, not in that way, obviously. But yeah. But yeah, YouTube did so much, and it's helped me so much, talking to people. You'd be surprised how anxiety, mental health issues, just by going on YouTube, talking to people, can help other people's YouTube anxiety issues and mental health, as well as your own. And, it is an absolute godsend. Good evening, Darren. Good mate, pop in the vein. And a mass meetup would be something. I mean, for me, as many as people, 'cause obviously you still got to pay for the food. The beer, I'm sorted. I've sorted the beer out. Job's a good one. But it's going to be local. There might be a few national breweries, St. Peter's, Titanic, and a few others. And yeah, I'll make sure that all the social media sorted. And also, there's the chance of doing live beer reviews with all your different beer reviews. Oh, fucking hell. And the beer community. Oh, dear, oh, dear. It's, it's just a dream, you know. It's like a mass meeting of friends, online friends together. It's going to happen. That's if I don't get a bollocking tonight for being down the shed for an hour. But there you go. Once we paid for it, then we'll sort out invites and all that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not that sort of coming out. I don't do that sort of shit. I worked on the Arboretum for 20 years. I've seen enough of that sort of coming out. Um, so yeah, the French brandy imperial stout, 11.5% as the original imperial stout was created. It was the Love Brewing imperial stout with 2 kilos of sugar, which bumps up to 11.5. I can feel the booze on me now, Jesus. And then I added the French brandy, so you're looking at anything between 12.5 and 13.5. There was 50 mils in this to be 75 mils, so a bit more. A French brandy. So we're looking between 12.5 and 13%, I presume. I have no idea, but it is still an amazing stout. You fancy a session? I know, I'm ready for one. I've got to go back up the house and do some cooking before I get a bollocking. July the 14th, 2023, mate. If you can make it over to the UK, you know you're invited. There's a hotel that's not far away, 2 miles away. Yeah, cheap and cheerful. But I fucking feel half cut. Jesus. I'll go up the house now and see the wife. But I've been fucking bollocking street. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. And yeah, so cheers everyone for joining in. It's been a good night. I've enjoyed myself, yeah. Yeah. Back up the house and I get a bollocking. But yeah, bollockins there, you know, these things happen. It should be good. We've had COVID for 2 weeks. Oh, fair play, mate. Not good. And enjoyed the beer. Certainly enjoyed the chat. Enjoyed the interaction. This is what YouTube's all about. Beer reviews are one thing, but lives are another matter. Talking to people, you know, we all need a bit of talking to sometimes, you know, just that bit of interaction. It just helps you. Cheers, everyone. See you soon.